Welcome to the IPT Sink Company flange ring installation instructions video. This is our finished product for this install. Before installation, double check that the flanged ring and the sink are matched. Determine center line of sink opening. Establish the distance from the edge of the substrate to sink cutout edge. Allow for a ½ inch for width of the ring in front of the countertop. Working on the underside of the countertop, place template A with 3 inches from the countertop front edge to the inside of the template. Next, screw down template A, making sure the screws don't go through the countertop.
I got lots of skills.
Place template B within template A with 1 1/4 inch space uniform around the template, and then screw down template B. Set up a plunge router with a 7/8 bushing guide, a 3/4 inch router bit with a ½ inch shank. Use a piece of GP laminate to set the depth of the router bit. Adjust the router bit so the first pass is 3/8 into the substrate. The first pass should travel counterclockwise on the inside of the template, reverse direction of travel, and router clockwise on outside template. With the same depth on the router out the faucet holes. Set the bit down to cut within 1/8 of the underside of the laminate and follow the same procedure as with the first pass. Determine the exact thickness of the template and the countertop and set the router to cut to the laminate. Router only around the outside template and leave the inside with 1/8 inch substrate. To ensure the router does not cut through the laminate, make a test pass on the inside of the template and adjust if necessary. Once the router is set, route to the laminate using the outside template. Next, mark your insert holes. Remove template A and template B. Using a 5/16 drill bit with stopper, drill out the insert holes 9/16 deep. Clean off residue using a 1-inch paintbrush with denatured alcohol or methyl alcohol to the base of the cutout. Do not get the outside substrate wet. Use a narrow paint scraper to clean off excess glue and residue left on the substrate, making sure not to damage the laminate. Sand the outside of the cutout and then clean the area that was scraped with denatured or methyl alcohol. Make sure that the underside of the laminate is clean. Check the flanged ring to the cutout. Clean the flanged ring with denatured alcohol or methyl alcohol. Next, apply approved adhesive around the substrate cutout and laminate. Then apply adhesive around the flanged ring. Apply silicone on the outer rim to the underside of the flanged ring. Next, insert the flanged ring into the cutout. Apply approved adhesive to the faucet sleeves and insert them into the substrate. After the adhesive is applied and the parts inserted, take the gluing template and place on the flanged ring. Place a weight on top of the flanged ring. While waiting for the adhesive to cure, screw the inserts into the substrate by hand using an Allen key. Drill a pilot hole in the back side of the laminate using a 1/2-inch drill bit. Using a straight flush bearing bit, set the bearing near the lower part of the ring. Turn countertop finish side up. To start the route, put the bit in the pilot hole and route clockwise. Use a slight angled router bit to route the laminate from the inside of the ring. Hand sand the ring using up to 600 grit sandpaper. Polish with automotive cutting compound if desired. Once the flange ring is installed, the sink can be mounted then or after the countertop is installed on site. Apply a generous bead of sanitary silicone to the center of the flange of the sink. Mount sink and put in 4 clamps loosely and flip the countertop over. Next, center the sink in the flanged ring. Fasten the rest of the clamps and flip the countertop over. Clean off excess silicone and wash with denatured alcohol or methyl alcohol. If any residue remains, use household paint thinner and a fine cloth to complete the finish. Finally, drill faucet holes where necessary as indicated by the stickers.